Hey guys, Bradley here with True Outdoors, and today is the in-depth review of the Hunter's Cloak Mystery System. And right here I have a card with all the questions that you guys have asked since the last video. So let's get into it. Alright, so to kick off the in-depth review, I'm going to talk about what you guys have asked about a bunch, and that is the field test. So when I said in the last video is I was going to take this out hunting, see how it performs, and I took it out on a mid-December hunt. I don't remember exactly what day it was, sometime in December, and it was 32 degrees, and there was maybe a 5 to 10 mile an hour wind, so it was a little windier that day during muzzleloader season. And so I headed out, got the cloak set up, and went in maybe 9:30 or so, 9:30 or 10, and so it was a relatively good long hunt. Anyway, so I had the cloak set up on the 30-second timer and had apple scent in there, I believe, and so the cloak did really good in some areas and not as well in others. The area it did best in was battery life. I mean, the whole time did not lose any charge, brought it in the house, and it did not lose any charge at all. It was still fully charged when I brought it back at the house, so A+ on that. One thing I didn't really like, I'm not sure if it was the wind or exactly what happened. Maybe I should have inverted the wick like they say to do, but when I went down to get the cloak, it wasn't putting out much mist, and I'm not sure if the wick just dried out or what happened, but it just wasn't really putting any mist out. But I think that's from the wick drying out, and you just have to invert it and stuff like that. So it did okay with that. I'm not exactly sure why it did that, but otherwise it performed pretty good. I didn't see any deer on the trip, but then again, I hadn't really done any scouting or anything, so that's kind of my own fault. Alright, so the field test went well. Now I'm going to start going over questions that you guys have asked since the last video. I just want to say thank you for asking these questions so I can get them answered. And yeah, so first one is somebody asked about refills. Are these refillable? As far as I know, they're not. I mean, I guess you could, technically, you could make your own scent and put it in, because really all it is, you just have to take the cap off and pull the wick out, and there's a hole right there. You could put whatever you want in there, but I wouldn't recommend that because I'm sure the liquids probably have to be a special like density or something, or else they might not mist right. I don't know. You can try it if you want to, but I'm not sure. As of right now, Kloak does not sell refills. If you run out of a scent, you just have to buy another cartridge full of it. Alright, next question. This is the probably number one question I get asked a lot, is this thing quiet? No, it's really not. Like, you can hear just like when you turn it on, you can hear a little bit of like a shh, but it's like, it's not loud at all. Alright, the number one found problem that I had was with the cartridges. See, this is a pretty common problem apparently. Is what happens is like you put the cartridge in and you turn it on and the lights just start blinking. They blink like crazy, and they do it for like a minute. And the reason is there's not a good connection. See, on these bottles there's this little, let me focus on that. There's like this little chip kind of thing, is what they call it, is a chip. And I'm not really sure why they have to have the chip on the bottle, but they do. And when there's not a good connection between the chip and the chip reader, it doesn't work. So I wasn't sure how to fix it. I thought maybe I dropped my cloak or something and it broke or something, but that wasn't the case. And the great thing, this is what makes Kloak such a great company. They're so good with their customers. They have a YouTube channel. I'll link it below. I'm subscribed to them. You can check it out. They have a YouTube channel that has problems, tips, things like that, and how to fix them, and they showed me how to fix it, and it was a super easy fix, and yeah, it was really great to have that. Alright, next up I'm going to talk about some upgrades and things I think would be really cool to see in the next cloak, because the Kloak system is a piece of technology, and just like all technology, they're going to make new versions, they're going to make upgrades, and it's going to keep getting better and better. So a couple of upgrades, and here's one thing I want to add that a friend of mine asked me about, is he asked if they have deer scents, like doe urine, buck pee, those kind of scents. And they don't have them right now. I'm like positive that they're gonna come out with those, because those are like the #1 scents that we use as hunters. So I'm like positive they're gonna come out with those. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I would think that they would. All right, now back to the upgrades I would like to see. Like we said, the deer scent. One thing I think would be really cool that I think they will add is either an app or an actual remote, like that connects through Bluetooth or something. Because then, you know, you're sitting in your tree stand, you want to turn it off, turn it on, change the time setting. You'd be able to control all that from your tree stand without having to get down. I think that'd be really neat. One thing I want to address in the last video, I know you guys were getting on me because I said USB Type-C and not micro USB. I'm sorry, it is a micro USB, which my friend told me is actually what like Samsung phones use. So you might be using the same phone charger and Kloak charger at the same time. That'd be kind of neat. So it is micro USB. Thing I want to do. See, in the last video, I didn't smell all these and see what they smell like. This is Acorn. I don't know, it does kind of have a nutty scent. Very sweet smelling. I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what an Acorn smells like, so I couldn't really compare it with the real thing. This is my favorite one so far. This is sugar beet, and once again, I don't really know what a sugar beet smells like. But all I know is this smells really good, because it's like a good combination. It's like a combination of sweet and earthy, kind of like dirt. So it's like, it's really neat. It's like sweet and it smells like dirt. So that's the sugar beet scent. So guys, that wraps up the in-depth review for the Hunter's Kloak misting system and the scents. Comment down below if you think you might get a Kloak. Like I said, if there's any questions I didn't get to, anything like that, just please comment below with any thoughts. And I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Kloak. They sent me all this and made this video possible, sent me this hat and shirt. They're a really great company, so just go check them out. I'll leave all the links down below. So thanks for watching, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time.